Tomorrow show. 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 Oh yeah. Yeah, we're good. Yeah. You got that singer. You gotta sing that live, right? Good. Woo!
The Tomorrow Show.
That's awesome. Beginning.
Hi.
You gonna stand for the beginning?
Hi. No, I was just.
You're just zoning
Hi
out.
there.
Hello. I like how you were. I like that new approach to standing at the beginning of the show. I should have copied you. I should have done the same shit.
Good morning. Or I guess it's not more. It feels like morning every time to me.
Well, it's kind of like a morning show blended with a late night show, so it's kind of a midday show.
What's Phoenix doing?
Tomorrow show time.
Wants to be involved with the show.
He knows it's tomorrow show time. He wants to be up in there. We just don't have a Phoenix cam yet. That's next season. Do you need some help?
Just move some.
Yeah, you shouldn't have so many candles in front of where you need the remote to connect. So what's happening, y'all? So while Erin's getting that fixed up, Erin D is obviously one of the co-hosts. You got AC over there with his puppy Phoenix. And I'm Mike V. The Tomorrow Show is a lot different than most of the things here on Twitch. We will tell you that. We realize that we aren't your usual streamer sitting in front of your computer. We're trying to bring you into the treehouse. We're trying to make it cozy. We're trying to hang out on the couch. And AC's over in his
studio.
Studio lab.
Studio.
His cozy, happy place where much inspiration happens. It's the setting of our recurrent segment, Theory and Beats, which we'll get to part 2 of the Dulcimer beat today on the show. We're gonna have guest Joslyn Singer. So Joslyn Alvarado is their name, but you can find them all over, and we'll have the shortcut here as exclamation point Joslyn, so Joslyn, and that will allow you to engage with Joslyn on whatever platform you want. And as usual, we got the other, shortcuts. We got the exclamation point shops to get your Hope for Us Network merch, exclamation point VODs to watch previous streams on your YouTube to kind of bookmark that for later. But don't jump on out yet. We want you to stay with us today on the stream and get your friends in here. So real quick, share the live broadcast that we have just begun. See if we can get some more friends in here. And, don't be shy in the chat. It's way cooler when you're part of the Tomorrow Show. It's like a growing, living thing that way, like the rest of us. How are you today?
Okay. I'm tired. Look at that boy.
I love his white pattern on his chest. It's like kind of like formal, like James Bond.
He's a tuxedo dog.
Yeah.
Gandalf again.
Gandalf making his cameo off screen, throwing some shit off the counter.
I just hear noise happen off screen. I just hear and be like, Gandalf.
Yeah. Classic Tomorrow Show moment. So, AC, I really enjoyed your stream, Sign of the Times, on Friday. It was really cool to hear you drop knowledge about Missy Elliott and Queen Latifah and that whole Grammys tribute to hip hop.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I was getting all sorts of like reminders and memories flooding me of when you did that series where we kind of did a different Theory and Beats run for a little bit, where you did the history of hip hop. You didn't do the history of hip hop. You did like breaking it down to all the elements and
elements of hip hop.
That shit was awesome. Yeah, the elements of hip hop, and I think y'all should do yourselves a favor and make sure you're catching AC's stream every other Friday, Sign of the Times, right here on the network. It's Friday night stream. It's a good way to chill and like be with your people and kind of learn something in the process. AC is fun to hang out with on a Friday night. So if you're somebody that can't like be going out, or you're on the other side of the country and you want to hang out with a cool dude, learn some shit about music, and kind of interact with our programming, that's where you can find them. But also take the time to go back, watch his Elements of Hip Hop segments from previous Tomorrow Show episodes. I think that might have been a season 1 situation, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think so.
Season 1, when we were first testing our wings. Now we are season 2, and we are soaring. What kind of bird are you soaring like, AC?
Like a condor.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think I'm just like I'm a little tweet.
A little tweet? A little.
I'm like a little. Yeah.
Okay.
Like a black-capped chickadee or something.
Okay.
Or a titmouse.
A titmouse. That's a bird.
It is a
But
bird.
it
Don't get me
sounds like
started.
that.
I'm still upset about finding out the platypus isn't a duck.
Yeah.
Platypus is not a duck, and koala is not a bear.
We did talk
Still
about that.
upset. Yeah, koala's not a bear. I'm still upset about those things.
Platypuses are very, very unique and amazing, just like the rest of you. So nature's amazing, and so are you. At some point, we'll have to do
maybe
a
I'll
little
do a segment.
informational
platypus. I should do a segment on like weird animals or something.
Yeah, because
they are my favorite usually.
That shit's amazing, and like it's a reminder of like the fact that we are these bags of bones and flesh walking around, and if we take good care of our bodies and our minds, like we can be doing pretty well for a very long time and into our old age and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. I
wish I had like a camera in my eyes and you guys could see Gandalf's face right now.
Eye cameras.
When I like squish his little face and he's happy.
Yeah. I think it feels like the Today Show when we do this show, but I also feel like it feels like the Tonight Show. and sometimes I feel like
chaos. It feels chaotic.
Sometimes I also feel like it's just like a talk show.
Yeah.
Like a radio talk show or a podcast where we just kind of hang out, and we're just the treehouse bunch, just the three amigos just kicking it. So, but do you know that there was a show called The Tomorrow Show in the 70s? Did you guys know that?
What?
Yeah.
Was Al Roker on it?
Was Al Roker on it? I potentially. Because when I was initially like trying to come up with the ideas for visuals to go with the show, where we settled on the rising sunflower sun kind of thing, I was looking up the old Tomorrow Show, and I want to say there was some other fella. Yep, There you go. Tom Snyder or something. Some shit like that. Tom Snyder. Yep.
Oh, no way. Tom Snyder?
73 to 81. So then I was born in December of 82, 1 year after the Tomorrow Show had finished and it was done. Click on that poster. That's all like yellow submarine colors there. Oh, well, that's like Timothy Leary acid test kind of thing. Down second row. Yeah. Look at that thing. My goodness, Scott. Look at that.
Weird.
Yeah. So I just thought that was kind of a fun thing to share.
Yeah.
What else we do at the beginning of the show and who we are and why we're here is like we want to talk about how we get to tomorrow each and every day. Like if you keep things in the short sight when things are overwhelming and maybe getting to a place where your quality of life is impacted just because of your thoughts. It's not just stress as people talk about it. It's your mental health, and it's okay. Everybody experiences it. So we like to talk at the top of the show usually about some of the current events going on. But lately, it's we don't need to do that. There's plenty of current events you can go consume anywhere. We're just going to get right to the things that are like maybe going to nurture your soul and like offset some of the stress of taking in all that information about world affairs that comes at us all the time in the modern day. Try and decompress a little bit. So what's been getting you through? Everybody in the chat, what's been getting you through? Everybody right here, my lovely co-hosts, what's been getting you through? Before we get into Snooze Fest, before we get into Lizzo at the Grammys, what do you think? Just some generals. What's been getting you through?
I started my pottery class back up, and that's very nice because I walk to the studio and I go and I work on some stuff, and that helps me because I like have something else to think about in my head. Like I'm like, okay, I can work on that. And
yeah, absolutely.
it like distracts me and it focuses me on something else. So that's been nice.
I dig it when you're in pottery too, because I get to like learn by proxy. I think someday we'll have to sign up for a class together. AC, you ever done clay? I don't know why I did it like that. What's up?
Like Ghost.
Like Ghost?
Yeah.
It's like Ghost.
They actually have a sign at the studio that has a picture of them, and it says "No ghosting."
No ghosting.
Well, that's funny.
Now, for real though, AC, you ever built anything from clay?
Yeah, I just said it. I've done it. Yeah.
Oh, you ghosted?
Like, I've done that stuff. Yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
My very younger days.
Nice.
Was
very
it with
old now?
Was it with Demi Moore? Were you Swayze?
No. I actually did it right before that movie actually hit. Like
Yeah.
that movie and that scene in particular, like, kind of set off like a resurgence for that stuff.
I bet.
Like, it was weird. So, like, I remember my mom, because my mom took me to, like, a class. And then, like, the movie came out, and then it, like, just got huge for a second. And I remember my mom getting mad because all the classes were, like, filled at that, like, after that.
Yeah.
And or the prices went up or whatever, like an independent classes. Like, so she'd be like, stupid movie.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I took one class when I was in high school where I made this little statue bust of a person, and I still have it. I painted it black and like kind of dusted the edges, like try to make it look metal.
It's very good.
Thanks. You had to cut it in half and hollow it out and stuff before they fired it. That was scary.
Mm-hmm.
So cool.
Otherwise, it would explode.
It would explode, right? Yeah. But that's awesome. What about
Skramsky says antibiotics, inhaler, and funny YouTube videos because he wasn't feeling good.
Yeah, man. You gotta take care of yourself. And
inhalers are great, right?
Yeah, you gotta breathe. You gotta kick that shit. Antibiotics can help. YouTube videos, man. That's how I spend a lot of my lunch breaks. Is just watching some videos. It's nice. There's lots of funny stuff on there. There's informative stuff. I'm sure there's a lot of trash on there. Yes, I know that can be someone's point. But if you are deliberate about your usage, you can find some really cool shit. Lots of awesome guitar videos because I'm a nerd like that.
People know about YouTube.
YouTube.com. It's a great website.
They know what they can find on there.
And have you heard of this Google?
Do you remember Ask Jeeves?
I do. They still have it, but they took Jeeves away. It's just ask.com now.
Yeah, no, it's the Jeeves part.
I think there's a picture of Jeeves still on there though. Mm-hmm.
Jeeves.
So maybe for our Halloween episode, next October, Tom Snyder outfits for everyone. Skinny microphones for everyone. We'll go full 70s, full late 70s Tom
Those
Snyder
little
tomorrow show.
microphones.
So you got that to look forward to. But
anything in particular getting you through, AC?
This dog that feels like he weighs a ton.
he's just like a
No,
sack
man.
of potatoes on you.
Seriously.
What a potato sack. You good boy. Yeah, you're a good boy. He's a chill
Hanging
guy.
out, just, just everything is good. The Grammys were great. It's interesting to see the winners and the people that didn't win and the comments.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been a fan of the Grammys, so I always kind of look forward to that. So, yeah.
Yeah, man, your recap was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Let's
Great performances.
Yeah, let's cue up that performance from Lizzo, because I think that was maybe like my favorite thing to hear or see or watch or experience over the last couple weeks since we last saw you coming at you from the treehouse. So, Sky, you wanna cue up that Lizzo? Yeah, man.
Bananas.
That was cool as hell. Her speech was really great too. She was just like, she thanked Prince too. That was really cute.
Yeah. Yeah, she was like talking about her inspiration because of him to make positive songs.
Yeah. And I'd say she's achieved that. She's definitely crushed it on the positivity scale. That song, if you haven't listened to that album special, it's definitely very like comforting, hugging kind of record that I've been like very like lucky to have, because it cheers me up when I need cheering up, and music like that is definitely something to keep close to and really appreciate. And
I love the all the backup dancers.
Yeah, the chorus,
the whole thing.
Yeah, the choir she's got with her is insane. So go watch that YouTube video whenever you're needing to feel special, I guess.
Are you guys gonna watch the Super Bowl?
I'm gonna probably watch a little. I'm gonna go meet Frank for a little bit.
Are you gonna watch the Super Bowl, AC?
I'm only watching it for the halftime show. That's it.
Same. Yeah.
I want to see Rihanna.
Like, it's gonna be on, but I'll be like doing stuff, and then like when halftime hits, I'll like sit down on the couch and watch the 8 to 12 minute show.
Yeah.
And then
definitely
go back to doing other stuff around the house.
Yeah.
The Super Bowl's opening for Rihanna is what I heard.
Yeah, basically.
That's pretty funny. I wonder if she's gonna have special guests. Most likely, right?
Yeah. Right? Don't they usually?
Well, and also like Rihanna, an artist like Rihanna, don't they have some like tracks that like have like feature?
Yeah.
Like big name features. I think. I don't know. I don't really know. I shouldn't act like I know what I'm talking about.
If I had to put my money on it, I could see her doing Umbrella with a possible guest appearance by Jay-Z. Because you got to think, the Grammys were just in LA. Arizona's not too far away. I'm sure Jay-Z could just hang out west for a week. And then
probably right.
Where do he and Beyonce live?
I don't know where they live, but I know that I'm sure they've got property in Texas, Beyonce's home state, and I'm sure Jay-Z has property in New York. I'm sure they go back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably it's safe to say that he's got some Brooklyn spot.
Somewhere upstate or something. And
Yeah.
then who knows? Eminem might make an appearance because, Rihanna and Eminem had that one song that was a hit.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
So
Cool.
Who knows?
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm excited for anything musical. I'm not super excited for the football game, but that's okay. Like, I just don't have any stake in it. I don't follow sports like I used to when I was younger. But I get it. For some people, that's what helps keep their mind busy and gives them distractions from their shit,
Sure.
Whereas music for me is like the best salve for that.
Oh, Scramsiki says they currently live in Bel Air in LA, according to Google.
Damn.
But you're probably right, AC. They probably have several spots.
I mean, they rich,
Yeah.
Yeah. They're like, let's get a place in Bel Air.
Yeah.
Why not?
It does suck that the Chiefs, I'm just going to say it because that's how I am. But it sucks that the Chiefs still have
the tomahawk chop.
The tomahawk chop, for sure. That's like outrageous. But just that they have a native, mascot when people have been protesting it for years. And they're just like, meh. That sucks.
Colbert said they should change it to the Chefs, the Kansas City Chefs. Just be done with it.
Just have animal mascots.
They're gonna lose. Fine.
Ooh, it's the Eagles and the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Eagles are cooler. Philly,
sure.
Right? Philly, KC. Eagles are just the probably more appropriate mascot. Hands down.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even...
You think animals are a safer bet for mascots?
Yeah. What do you mean a safer bet?
More respectful.
It's not even... It shouldn't even be a thing.
Yeah.
It's not even respectful or like...
Well, that's
appropriate.
That's been the discourse, though.
It's like, no, that's fucking wrong. Change it.
Right, like the Redskins got changed, right?
Yeah, like fucking change it.
The Cleveland Indians got changed, correct?
I don't know which ones have changed at this point.
But yeah,
all of them thought. They changed the Guardians.
Here's the messed up thing about that. They're willing to change the name of a team because of their crime faster than they are because of hurting the feelings of another culture, ethnicity.
Yeah.
You think they changed the Washington Bullets to the what is it? The Washington Wizards now?
Yeah.
It's so easy for them to change that, but
right.
to change anything else, they make it a huge issue.
Yeah, and they're like, not for racism, though. Nope.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
just for money.
Like, you gotta figure.
Like DC's bad, and it's violence, and we're the Bullets. We gotta change that. We gotta change our appearance. We get,
Yeah.
They were so quick to change that, but
Yeah.
People of other things say something and nothing happens, or they drag their feet.
Do other teams even have like dance it, like the tomahawk chop? Like, do other teams even have something they would do?
Truthfully, I don't think so.
Like it's like that. Yeah. It's not like everybody else has something and they're gonna be
Yeah.
Just so much ridiculousness. So anyway.
Yeah, there's a lot of contradiction in the world. you know, as we strive to learn and be better and like not do the same dumb shit over and over again, generation after generation, you have some wins, and then you have like these other things that feel like a step backwards. It's like that
the Bills jump through flaming folding tables. Thankfully,
like backyard
only
wrestlers
harmful to themselves and the tables.
So little backyard wrestling vibes for the Bills.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's good.
Jim Kelly would be proud. See, I have a sports reference from 1990 once again. Awesome.
There you go.
Well, Super Bowl people, just be safe when you're out partying, and you know, don't be a dick to people in your.
And do not do the tomahawk chop.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah. Yeah. Good tips for Super Bowl
or you
success.
could get fired. Yeah. All right.
You want to share some like little bits of, since it's February and people have pressure of Valentine's Day, like just some relationship kind of advice that can be applied across the board?
Sure. Yeah. There's like a few little things I found recently, and
oh, I love it. I love it when you send me stuff like this. When you first started sending stuff like this to me, there's always like a knee-jerk reaction to being like, hey, like, am I fucking up? Like, do you think I suck? But no, I think it's most of the time you're just sharing information because it's like it's delivered real well, and you know, I'll appreciate that as an educator and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, but sometimes it is helpful, like.
Well, yeah, and it can be applicable to more than just like, our relationship.
Yeah,
it
and
could be applicable to band relationships. It could be,
but it also is applicable to our relationship, and relationships like have a normal amount of like
conflict.
Yeah, they have like an appropriate normal amount of conflict that, you know, you have to navigate and learn from.
At least if you're doing it right, where you feel comfortable speaking your mind, even if it's like maybe creating some dissonance or some conflict.
So there's stuff that I'm like, oh, this is helpful for us. Like,
yeah. And you know, this first one is from, I think, a really interesting Instagram content producer. I think they call themselves an ADHD coach, which I think I've heard of it, but not really seen that too much as far as like specialty.
I started following them not because I think that either of us have ADHD necessarily, but like that all of their stuff was applicable otherwise. So I liked that. Like I see stuff on their.
Yeah, it's easy to generalize it and like make it useful, right?
Yeah, but I see stuff in there that all the time that I'm like, oh, that's like everybody does, you know, everybody can benefit and does these things. So
yeah, let's take them through these cards. So first of all, just some context. This person's name is Ingrid. They're a certified ADHD coach, and they've got workbooks, planners, and they do that stuff through their Etsy shop.
Cool.
And it's pretty cool. And all of their illustrations are like in this same vibe. So I'm just going to take you through these. The main caption reads, before we swipe, everyone has conflicts and arguments. That's a normal part of life. When you mix arguments with very intense emotions, it can become quite explosive. Also, many ADHDers might also unintentionally react for arguments due to the stimulation they can provide. However, these intense conflicts often affect mental health in a negative way. That's why I wanted to make this post and share the star analogy. So we can swipe it. Okay, so this first card says emotional impulsivity, RSD, and intense emotions can make arguments explosive. Okay. Do you know what RSD stands for?
No, do you?
Impulsivity, RSD. No, I don't. I'm sure I could dig a little further on that, but not right now. Let's just go ahead and swipe again. And you know what? It doesn't go well when fueled by such intensity. and it's got these little characters. You're wrong. You say the other person.
No, you're wrong.
Wait, why are we arguing? Yes, that was good. And scene. All right, so then you swipe, and it introduces this star analogy. What can help to argue better is following the star.
Cute.
So, like, I feel like this is something you could teach to a kid, and you could pull out the romantic relationship from it and just talk about conflict in general.
Oh yeah.
You know?
And also, yeah, it's just good for anybody to like remember, like, what was that again? Oh yeah.
Yeah, and follow the star, twinkle, twinkle, little star. I mean, like, it's super easy to remember. So the S stands for stop. So if you swipe, we got the stop card, says
leave the situation when you notice that it's becoming heated. Yeah. I love you. I need some space. I'll be back in an hour.
Yeah. So yeah, it's good to communicate that that's what you're gonna do to reassure your partner. And so they're not like, well, what the hell? Now they're gone and they're ruminating or whatever. So and if we swipe, we get to T. So ST.
Think.
T is think. Take time to soothe your emotions.
Decide what your needs and boundaries are.
So that reflection time is kind of important. And given the space, you can actually think it through before you like do anything drastic or say something you don't mean or whatever. Boundaries. Express your needs and stuff like that, especially when it comes to when maybe you're married or you're in a living situation where you're together a lot. You know, if your boundary is I need to be alone for a little bit, I need some time by myself, that's okay. You're not trying to push them away. It can be helpful to walk or listen to music or journal in order to reflect and think about what you need and what your boundaries are so that you can then kind of swipe to the A of star, which is act.
Talk it out, validate each other's feelings, decide on where to go from here.
This is how I feel and think. I hear you. What should we do? It's approaching it together as a team. That shit rules. That's how you can get to some point of resolution. It's how you can avoid casting blame. That's how you can avoid shaming each other, because that can be really easy to do in the heat of the moment, and then you feel shitty about it later for sure. And then as we swipe to the final R and star,
take responsibility for agreed conflict resolution and focus on reconnecting. I like that because it's like, yeah, you're both agreeing on that as the resolution.
That was the sound of dropping the mic is what that was. Recover. Yeah, so the R is recover.
Sorry.
And we kind of need the practice of accepting responsibility. Like, it's always a good thing to practice because it's something that I think everybody's a little bit resistant to doing sometimes.
Yeah.
Like you kind of want to blame someone. And it's really, really good to talk about how you deal with those conflicts and then learn from them.
I also like that it shows them just on the couch, like cuddling or whatever, like just do something together. I think doing something together after that, focus on reconnecting, doing something together after that, and like that doesn't have anything to do with it is great. So,
and if you swipe one more time, there's just like a reminder that this is just like one of the workbook kind of ideas, that if this is something that seems like it would be helpful to you or somebody and you just want to share it, there's other intersections of ADHD and fill in the blank, but this particular one is taken from the one about relationships. So I hope you find it helpful. I hope you share it. The star analogy, it's in my head. I'm going to be thinking about it.
Stop, think, act, and recover.
Yeah. You gotta maybe sometimes take some time to learn new approaches if you're like maybe feeling frustrated with the communication going on with you.
I was just thinking, like, it would have been so nice as like a kid to like learn any kind of conflict resolution, or like how do you even, like, I was just thinking, like, teaching a kid how to validate someone's feelings. Can you imagine if you'd been taught that? Like,
Yeah. Just like
so somebody's
teaching
like,
little
I
guy.
feel sad, you know, like that would sound like validating their feelings would sound like, you know, it's okay to feel sad.
It's
I'm
almost
sorry you feel sad. I see that.
It's almost like the adults just need to reinforce it, or like anytime they catch a kid doing it, because kids do it like naturally.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Catch a kid doing it naturally and like be like, that's awesome that you did that. That's awesome that you took time to tell that person
Yeah.
that like you get it and you like validated their feelings.
And you know, on that though,
because then they'll grow up doing that like wherever
right,
they're at. And
but on that, I think that we also need to do that to other adults.
oh
A lot. Like, I have a coworker who does that. You know, she'll be like, I love that so and so just said this, or like, I love that you know,
I think that's an important thing.
You just set a boundary. Like, I think it's really cool to like give people props like that.
I frame things a lot of times about like how we could instill it in children. It's probably because I had worked with kids for so long as a teacher.
But I think that like
yeah.
we should take some of those things that we do with kids to adults, to like our friends and family, you know?
Yeah, there's a lot taken for granted, and like people assume a lot of things about your situation. Like not everybody has like parents that are able to be around and involved and teach their children like about financial literacy or about like feelings and emotions and stuff like that. And we just kind of assume that everybody's gotten that taken care of. So yeah, I guess no matter the age, it's like a good thing to reinforce and be like conscious of. If you see somebody validating feelings, reinforce that so that they're more inclined to do it more for more people, and the overall impact, even though you won't know what it is, it'll be good. It'll be
and
helpful.
Also just the fact that like people are working on themselves and they're trying to do that stuff, so somebody else, it's like you're validating their work too on themselves.
I get the best texts from AC, and those like reinforce good feelings for me too. So I think there's a lot of reciprocal kind of reinforcement that happens when you validate my feelings or you say something nice to me, man. So in the spirit of reinforcing.
Yeah.
Text messages. Be nice.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Just even a random text from a friend can like do tremendous amounts of good. And you wouldn't even realize it because it only took you a couple seconds. So if you have a thought to reach out or send somebody a note, rather than being like, I'll just do it later, just do it. Just do it then. Take a couple seconds. Doesn't have to be long. It could be emojis, for fuck's sake. I mean, just to know that somebody's thinking about you matters. So cool.
Yeah.
So that was our Happy Valentine's number 1. Happy Valentine's number 2. We got something to consider from the Gottman Institute. They're a research-based approach to relationships, which I think is kind of a neat approach. And on their bio, on their Instagram, it's like very clearly, we do not offer individual advice via social media. Find a therapist on the Gottman referral network. So like they're just from that alone, I'm like, man, they seem maybe a little more responsible than some of the
that's cool. They have
some of the stuff out there.
If they have a referral network,
that has a lot of probably options for therapists in many different regions. So this is the Gottman Institute talking about micro dates. I thought this was kind of cool because sometimes people are like overwhelmed and they got busy schedules and life is what it is. If you have time for a date, what about a micro date? Swiping in. So on the second slide, it says a micro date is at least 10 minutes of uninterrupted time with your partner when the goal is to strengthen your connection. So if you're in a relationship and you're struggling to find time where your schedules line up, these micro dates could be a possible idea to enhance your relationship. We swipe to the next card. What do we got? Micro date idea number 1.
Go for a walk around your neighborhood.
Oh, hell yeah. Go for a walk around your neighborhood. But don't just make it just like a regular walk. Like, really look around. Really admire the setting in which you find yourself and find the small things.
I got a little aggressive about it, but I don't allow our phones on our dog walks.
You get aggressive about it? Yeah, she slaps this phone on my hand when we walk out.
But no, I'm like, no phones, just the walk. So I think that's important.
All right, micro date idea number 2. AC, you want to read the second one? Micro date idea number 2.
Have a dance party in your kitchen.
Hell yeah. That sounds nice. I like that. Put on some fucking Lizzo. Shit. All right, micro date idea number 3. Erin, read that.
Here's the teacher. Have a snack and tell your partner what is important in your life right now.
Yeah, just have one of them snacks where you're like really looking at each other.
I like the what's important in your life right now, because sometimes you might tell each other like what has been going on that day, but like you might not fully grasp like what is important to them like right now. Like what is like what are you thinking
about? It's a good tee up.
What are you like thinking about a lot? What are you worried about? Like what's your priority important? Like, yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agree. And yeah, those are just a couple ideas from the Gottman Institute. Because happy relationships grow from small moments of affection, intention, and care. Even a micro date can do wonders for your connection. So take a break from your daily routine and prioritize quality time with your partner, even for 10 minutes. Your relationship will thank you. And just kind of thinking about that. What's your favorite date with your loved one? I will think about that for a moment. Thank you, Scott, for putting up those slides.
I like these too, but I was recently talking to some friends who are about to move in with their significant others, and like we're kind of worried about like those connections, like, and keeping things fun. And
I think that's a lot of people's like apprehension of moving in together.
Absolutely, yeah. So it's like, yeah, I think like those little things really help. And then another thing that one of them mentioned was that a therapist of theirs said like, it doesn't necessarily mean that like the quality of time is going to change. It might just be different, you know? And so, yeah, I think it's cool. Those are helpful.
I think those are helpful. I think they're also cool to point at yourself too. In the season of getting a lot of information about like pairing off in couples and like romance and shit like that, just remember self-love as well. Take micro dates with yourself. If you're very busy, very, very busy, take that 10 minutes to reconnect with yourself and nurture yourself and do something special for you. Because that's just as important, if not more, so that, that you can be bringing your full self to the table. So, yeah, pretty sick. I got to make some really cool music with AC over the last couple weeks. We've been getting back in the groove for Theory and Beats. And I was really flattered because he likes my Dulcimer song. And just a month ago, we as in my band Locomotive, we celebrated our album release by playing at Hey Nani. I played this song Where All of This Is Going, this song of mine on Dulcimer. And Erin took a video. We're just going to watch a little short clip of it. So that as we listen to part 2 of the Dulcimer beat, you guys have some context for it. Scott, you mind playing just about a minute of that video from Hey Nani? It was a really special show. My mom got to be there right in the front. My dad was there, and a bunch of people from different periods of my life, because it was a hometown show in Arlington Heights where I grew up. And then it was really cool to have AC just to be like, hey, I recorded some songs from your show. And then that was like the part one of the dulcimer beat that you saw earlier. So yeah, let's just check this out a little bit and we'll keep rolling.
We just want to know where all of this is going. We just want to know where all of this is going. I'm begging you so. I'm begging you so. I'm begging you so. I'm begging you so.
That's good, dude. Yeah. Okay. So that was a really, really fun moment for me because I hadn't gotten to play that instrument out in front of people. It was the first time doing it, and since then I got to play it at Red Room, and I got to play it on the Bunker live stream. And I'm just really pumped to record it and actually release that song in that particular format. What I'm also really excited about is that me and AC made like an alternate version using those musical ideas. Sadly, as technology sometimes works against us, we're gonna have to recreate the beat that is featured in this dulcimer segment of Theory and Beats. But you also get to see us kind of like feel inspired to kind of tangent into another song idea that we did work on this week that you'll get to experience in future episodes. So, AC, anything you want to add before we go to Theory and Beats?
It's a good challenge. That's all.
It's a good challenge. You like a challenge of taking an unusual instrument and like incorporating it into like more of a hip hop setting?
No, it's a different challenge trying to just make everything work. Sounds, timing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm
like if you already have a song and trying to like that does seem hard.
It's just
that's
different.
interesting. Yeah, like it's a deconstruction rather than like it's like a deconstruction and then you rebuild it with the pieces, and I think that's a kind of a different approach than we've done before, and I'm excited to experience the end result. But yeah, without further ado,
Cool.
This is the dulcimer beat part 2 of Theory and Beats. I hope you enjoy it.
Theory and Beats, dulcimer beat part 2.
I can do that shit.
You got the drum loop already?
So yeah, I brought this. I just got to tune it up, and
Because if I can get you to play it to the drum loop,
I should tune it. Wish I had a snark. You got a snark in here?
I don't.
Is this D-A-D? Well, I guess you could just play a keyboard. Play D for me.
We got that though.
Good. Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, buddy. Chill out, bud. We're gonna make some music, okay? Vocally and sing too.
Do you want me to just play the instruments? The instrumental? I could do it on just one track, or if you want it separate, I could do that. then you could expand or contract whatever you want. There's that part, and then there's the. And it might be that part that we're doing to the beat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's yeah.
Okay. Got the headphones on. Headphones.
Chill out, bud. Hey. You're doing so good. Chill out.
Hi. Oh, I hear myself. All right. Some of the rhythm at the beginning might not be like totally like locked in, but the lot I just kept playing it so you'd have some good stuff to choose from. String dulcimer. Who'd have thunk it? Huh? Pretty cool. The chord change. Goes a little minor there. You might want to mark it or like cut it, split it.
Oh, I got it.
Okay. Because that way you can build with those pieces. You can say, well, no, now I want it to go to this change a little bit earlier. You know what I mean? Since I played it to that beat, you should be all set. Hey, buddy, you like it?
No, Mike, you got it.
I'll put that hook on there, no problem, man. Because it's relevant. It is so relevant.
I will write something around your hook.
And you'll write something around the hook.
You'll have a remix.
And we'll have an alternate version. I don't know how I'm gonna do this one yet. I'm gonna decide to do it. But this is a great way to work it out.
That's where your hook starts.
No, you can start at the very beginning, and I'll work it in throughout, so you have like some different options. You ready? You ready?
Can you hear yourself? Can you hear? You can hear everything else, okay?
I can hear it. Yeah. All right. Don't touch the mic. Touch it. Yeah. Let's do it.
I gotta make sure I'm in the shot.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Okay. Phoenix, stop humping my leg. All right, let's do this. Oh, that's recording. I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save that and put it somewhere else. I got
yeah.
For real. Oh.
We ain't having such a good time. Our life during wartime. We ain't having such a good time. No one's having such a good time. Our life during wartime. It's probably enough of them. And then the other hook in that song, we just want to know where all of this is going. That's on the other part of like this. Where sing it over this if you want that hook too. Okay. Let's do it. We just want to know where all of this is going. We just want to know where all of this is going. We just want to know where all of this is going. We just want to know where all of this is going. All right. And then if you go back to where that blank spot is, like before this, where there's a big gap, let me plug in this other line for funsies, for variety. That's for perfect right there. I'm begging you so. I'm begging you so. I'm begging you so. I'm begging you so. There's some extra shit. And then you're gonna like make little gaps for you to flow.
I'm gonna try.
Write a little.
We'll see.
Little flow based off the flow. I trust you'll cut out the things that I sang that are terrible as you build your own version.
Oh no, I'm keeping all the words.
Don't keep. Why? Why?
Because the mistakes are what makes music gold.
Yeah, but let's make it sound good.
You know that what's that band? But is that Butthole Surfers?
Pepper?
Is that it?
I don't know, but Butthole Servers, I know. I think one song.
Jerry was with Reno, and with Reno was and Kevin.
They were all in love with dying,
yeah.
and they're doing it in Texas. Oh yeah.
I think they made that song to make fun of Beck.
Yeah.
And he wrote "Loser."
Yeah, it's got that vibe.
Yeah, they wrote it as a joke, and it actually ended up taking off and made them famous, and it pissed them off. So they broke up. There's an accident song. Yeah.
Did they really break up?
Huh?
They really broke up?
Yeah, look it up.
Oh.
But I got gold to work with.
Thanks, buddy.
I got gold to work with. It's just like a producer's dream almost. I got so much stuff. This is gonna be the cool stuff. This is gonna be hot. I'm begging you so.
Yeah.
I'm begging you so.
It's like a different kind of it's set in a different rhythmic scheme, so it seems very different.
I'm begging you so. I'm begging you so.
The little ring outs I thought you would appreciate, because then you could use them as like tail ends of different sections for dramatic compositional effect. Put some effects on that shit if you want to. Little bell. Put some bells on it. You're gonna do some bells, belling on it, belling on it. You want to put some bass on it? I guess you're a bass player. You don't need me to put bass on shit.
Yeah, this is gonna be a lot of fun. I'm gonna really make this.
You can put some bass on it?
The other part, this is oh, I can't wait to do this either. Where is it? Oh, this is gonna be so fucking sick.
There we go. Good boy. You wanna do a little percussion? You want some good percussion on your back? Yeah, percussive back.
Maybe that one.
I'm gonna show you this other riff. Maybe it'll inspire something.
I just want that one.
Oh, you're going for it.
No, don't play it. Just
Tangent. Time to
so.
go off on a tangent and make the foundations of another song. Just cause. That's what we want to do.
I'm gonna rip this track.
You're gonna rip it. You know he means business when he says, "I'm gonna rip this track." Yes, 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 indeed. I got headphones on my head.
You can hear.
Yep.
Here we go.
Can I do it one more time? It's like it's slower than I think I want it to be, so I'm not playing it very well. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's plenty. AC buddy. This has 0 words yet, but would you like me to make something up?
No, not right now.
Anything come to mind?
No, not right now.
Okay. We're making stuff. Making stuff is good.
More with this beat on the next. Theory and Beats.
Yeah.
Woo! Damn.
Yeah. That was fun. That was fun. AC, as always, thanks for having me in your studio and
Fun.
you know, dealing with my goofy ass. You have a good way of I don't know, putting it all together in a way that I wouldn't have thought of, and I always love to see what it ends up being. And yeah, can't wait to hear it. We'll rebuild that one, and this next one that we tangented on is going to be so cool too, because we were messing with that this week, which was not.
Do you think your computer ate it? It just like ate it up?
It's in there somewhere. I have so much stuff in there. It's in there. It's got to be in there.
It's in there. It's in there. Honey, we'll have to talk about Sloth Bears another time because we got to keep rolling. We got an awesome guest.
Yeah, let's bring our guest.
Yeah, so today on the show we have Joslyn, singer, Joslyn Alvarado, great musician, producer, vocal coach, mom, and community member that just does cool shit all over the place. So without further ado, let's bring Joslyn on. What's up?
Hello.
Hello there. Welcome. Welcome to the Tomorrow Show. It's nice to see your face.
Thank you. You guys too. Hello, everyone.
This is my partner, Erin. And then over there is AC, one of my best friends and collaborators. So meet Joslyn. I had the pleasure of meeting Joslyn in person many years ago through Charmin. Charmin was doing an event at the Chinatown Public Library here in Chicago for World Mental Health Day, and as as fate would have it, our paths crossed, and I was blown away by you singing that day and every day since. So thanks for coming.
Thank you. Thank you. Such kind words. Yeah, that was a super cool event. I don't even know how long ago that was now, but it's
Yeah, let's see. Potentially like 6 years ago, which is so wild to say. Yeah, for sure. Because you've had a lot of stuff, in your life evolve since then too. You're a mom now, right?
yes.
Yeah,
Yep. I
that's
literally just ran and put my son to nap before this. But yes, I am a mom. Since we last saw each other also, I've been divorced, single. Now I'm with my partner. Obviously, we have our son. I'm engaged now.
Congrats.
Thanks. Yeah, lots of lifing for sure. Lived through a pandemic,
Yes, indeed. You've been through so much, and like you continue to channel like a real positive vibe into your music, though. Anyway, like, can you talk about the music you create a little bit and like where you find your inspiration?
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, just like I said, life is always lifing, and a lot of my inspiration comes from that within my music. I come from a household that basically like music ran my childhood. My parents listened to various styles of music because my mom is Hispanic and Greek, and my dad is Black and Mexican Hispanic as well. So we have like a very diverse family, but somehow they're very traditional. Um, so I kind of just connected to music, and I've always found like a deep connection with the music for myself. And so creating music helped me. So I wanted to kind of do the same and try to provide that for listeners. And yeah, like you said, Mike, like at different events and stuff like that, I would meet my friends, and I started creating a music family like Charmin. And we created different events together and open mic events. And it's just, yeah, just life altogether. I really just want music to inspire others. So a lot of my music shares personal experience from myself, but also uplifting lyrics to hopefully help people through tough times.
Nice.
I was singing some to you this morning.
Mm-hmm.
We were bumping "Badass Bitch."
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I wrote that for one of my close friends who actually was going through a divorce herself, and she needed that reminder because she was super duper down, and she was like just in the pits, and I was like, listen, let me remind you who you are exactly.
That's awesome.
And I just started playing the ukulele at that time, and I was like, I know 2 chords, so let me play this song for you that I made. And literally that's just kind of how that song came about. So
That's amazing. Hey Scott, can you show the shirt from Joslyn's store? Because yeah, I thought that's a nice touch. Yeah. So if you go to Joslyn's link tree, or if you use the shortcut here on Twitch, !Joslyn, JOSLYN, it'll pull up various social media ways you can engage and support Joslyn. But if you want to like get your friend a bad bitch shirt because they're feeling down and you want to pick them up, that's another really cool way you can support Joslyn. Thank you, Scott. Looks like you got a couple colors too.
yes, and I also have necklaces And
Oh, you had bitch necklaces.
Oh, nice.
yes, I do.
That's
I'm
cool.
thinking of some people.
Yeah, thank you, Scott. Yeah, that's really neat. And then that was a single that came out almost a year ago, right? So that was April last year. Have you had a chance to go record some more stuff? You got new releases that people should be aware of?
Yeah, so I actually just went into the studio this week and recorded
yeah.
some new stuff because this past month we had a house fire and we lost.
So sorry.
Yeah, like I said, life's been lifing all the time,
Yeah.
but it's inspiration.
So scary.
Oh, tell me about it. It was insane, but we're here, and that's all that freaking matters in my book. So I had a lot of inspiration and awareness brought to me from that happening. And yeah, so I just literally wrote some new songs this week in the studio. So I'm hoping by spring sometime to have something out, but we'll see. I'm not really pushing it too hard. I'm kind of just going with the flow and just playing shows where I can in the meantime and enjoying life.
I feel like maybe this is in part why I relate to you and your musicianship so much, but that you take great care with them and you don't want to put a deadline down because nobody's making that deadline but you, and you want them to be like appropriately cared for before you like share them with the world. Yeah.
For sure, 100%. Like they're like little babies of their own, these songs,
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. I don't want to hog Joslyn. Do you guys have some questions at the top of your head?
You're good.
Okay. Just give it an opportunity for myself to breathe. I have a million questions for Joslyn for sure.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Then that's cool too. We can just talk about, how's life for you guys?
Life's been pretty good for us. I mean, we don't have much to complain about. It always warms our heart to see, like when tragedy strikes and our larger friend groups, families like yours, seeing the community come out and support you guys. It was cool that you were able to fund that. Your friends put it together, a GoFundMe for you. That always makes me have like more hope restored, and
Yeah.
in a world that sometimes makes it hard for us to like see positive things in our community. It's like really great to see when people come together to just be there for the friends. So I bet that was really like warming for you guys too, and just like critical too, like as far as being new parents and all that comes with that. So so we can't complain, not at all. A roof over our heads, and
Things are good right now.
yeah, my mom's been like healthy, and like I know that's always like a thing that takes a load off when your parents aren't dealing with all sorts of health stuff. So, and I just got to see you killing it too, like doing a bunch of Sofar Sounds shows and other collaborations with different people throughout. We got a lot of mutual friends, and it's really cool to see you out there doing your thing. Are you doing a sold out show on Valentine's? Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm playing. Thank you, by the way. Yeah, I'm playing Sofar Sounds sold out show for Valentine's Day. So I'm excited about that. It's going to be all love songs, so I'll be singing some originals and then, of course, some classic love songs that I just absolutely am obsessed with. So yeah,
Nice.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Classic love song sung by Joslyn. Man, no wonder it's sold out. You want to tease anybody with like maybe one of the what's the top of mind classic that you are just obsessed with right now?
Oh, of course. For me, like my go-to love song is "At Last."
Etta.
Last, Yeah, Etta James.
That's a really good one.
Yeah.
The strings on Etta James's version too are like just so iconic, like that big sweeping swell in the beginning,
So good.
and then it mellows out, and then her voice just comes in like an angel. Oh man, I love that. Yeah, I bet you kill that song. You got a probably a killing band too that is performing with you. You got a couple people backing you up.
I have a keyboard player for sure.
Right.
Normally I do have a go-to band, but everyone's either booked and busy, which is a good thing,
Yes.
or they're kind of doing their own Valentine's Day thing too. So
Yeah.
So it's gonna be like a really cool, gentle, intimate, like arrangement for At Last too. So I'm just imagining it since I can't actually be there. What special location you get to perform at this time? Because for those people out watching that don't know what So Far Sounds is, maybe you can kind of paint a picture for what those shows are like.
yeah, so I should know this. This location is in River West, which is like the Loop, the West Loop.
Sure.
Yeah, but
Generally downtown is what I think of. Yeah.
But So Far Sounds basically just kind of has their locations throughout various cities and throughout various venues. Sometimes it's just literally like an empty loft or art gallery, but of course they have like a setup for you to sit down, and it's just an intimate show where you and the musical performer just have a one-on-one intimate connection, which I wish you could play, Mike. I wish they, I'm talking to people about.
That'd be great. Yeah, I'll keep my fingers crossed for a So Far show. Yeah, maybe the next year. That's like a pretty good amount of time to.
There's been recent changes, so it might be sooner than you think. But So Far Sounds, basically it's just an intimate show that you get to have with the musical artist and you as an audience member. I love So Far Sounds because I get to explain in between each song kind of what the root of that song is. And it's the perfect environment because that's the intention of everyone being there, is just kind of like, what is the background story of this song? Yeah, and it's focused, exactly. So it's dope. It's really awesome, and you get to meet a lot of people between other musical artists, because it's usually 2 to 3 musical artists that they have. And it's a different lineup every time in a different venue every time. So every show that you go to is going to be that unique experience on its own. It's never going to be that same experience ever again. So,
yeah, I mean, we've been to a handful, and you usually find out where it is like the day of or like the week of. I don't properly remember, but it's like that secret kind of build up to that. It kind of gets you hype, and then everybody's there to listen to music rather than maybe they went to get a drink and have a conversation with a friend. They're all there to listen. And as an artist, that's like a real treat. And not usually, like not always the case for when you're performing your music. Like sometimes you feel like more of a background fixture or something like that. Right. So
yeah,
it puts it in the forefront, and like the attention is there for you to be able to give people a deeper kind of connection to your music, and like how the song all kind of came together. So I really appreciate it. And it's like so many cities. It's international too, if I'm not mistaken. There's like
it's
UK,
over 400.
Wow.
Almost 400 cities.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. That's incredible. Yeah. And the people that So Far probably know my name from just pestering. I'm like, hey, put me on. So I got your number So Far. Would you be cool with us sharing with everybody your performance of Question at a Sofar Sound. We got the YouTube clip kind of queued up. Would you be down to watch that with us? And
Yeah.
we'll come back and talk a little more.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan to me.
Yeah. So for all you out there, if you've never experienced Sofar Sounds, this is like a little virtual field trip to one of Joslyn's performances. So Scott, you got that all queued up? Hell yeah. Enjoy.
Won't you please tell me the truth? Involved for other reasons too. I never intend to run away. Been making the moves in only modern ways. Oh, won't you please send some help? Won't you please? Won't you follow me, my love? See, I can take you very far. I want to show you everything. Never question who you are. Why can't we take this to another space? We're shining on the target now. We both know this shit isn't easy, but you've got to hold on. And won't you follow me, my love? I can take you very far. I want to show you everything. Never question who you are. See, won't you follow me, my love? Oh, won't you follow me? I want to show you everything. Never question who you are.
Yeah. Yeah.
So beautiful.
Hell yeah.
Oh, thank you.
When did you start singing?
I started singing, according to my mom, I started singing when I was like 4 or 5 years old. I started singing Bette Midler and Tina Turner songs and Selena songs. That's what she said.
Tina.
Yeah. So, but professionally, like she kind of enrolled me in like singing lessons and all that when I was 12. And then that kind of brought me into the whole wedding band world. And I did like a corporate band performance and all this jazz. And yeah. So I started pretty early.
Cool. Wow.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I love it.
Do you write a lot of songs on ukulele now? Like I know you said Badass Bitch, you would just started playing ukulele, you had 2 chords. That was probably a few years ago, right? Like do you find writing on ukulele most comfortable, or do you like write on piano? Like what kind of process do you do you like?
Yeah. So right now I like ukulele because that's all I have at the moment. However, typically I do like piano. I also do Ableton. So piano is just the easiest because you can put that into MIDI form and the world is your oyster. So yeah, so it's for sure piano. And I kind of just, go from there. I'm sure you know how it is, everyone, like who's a creative. Sometimes you wake up and a song's written for you, in your mind. So it's definitely easy for me to just go straight to my piano when I wake up and transcribe that into something. But if I'm not doing piano, then I definitely will use my voice, and I'll just like audio record that on my phone.
Yeah, voice memos.
Voice memos are the same. And then car rides too. I don't know, if you're in
Car rides totally get me flowing and like getting ideas going, and then I'm like, get that voice memo out. Let's go.
Exactly. And then now as a mom, like, my life revolves around my son. So whenever something strikes, I'm just like, oh, okay. And then voice memo, when he's napping, I'm like, oh, okay. Notepad. So yeah, so for sure.
Voice memos and notepad, the go-to for people that just like have these little sparks and you don't want to lose it. I find that if I don't take that moment to make a voice memo or kind of jot something in a notepad on my phone, sometimes like I'll be just so frustrated like a few hours later trying to like reach for it. I just can't get it back or whatever.
Yeah.
Lose it forever.
Yeah.
And then you think about it later and you're like, that was so good, but what is it again? And you're just like, oh.
Yeah, it's like you could like see this vague shape of it, but like you can't like quite grab it. It's like it's a mirage at that point. It's like when you woke up from a dream and you like really wish you could kind of just recall the dream and the detail that it was there in the dream, but it's like evaporating as you wake up. Yeah. But that's cool. Yeah, I really like taking something from that moment of a little spark and then like seeing it grow as you kind of nurture that little baby, that little seed. And yeah, me and AC will sometimes when we're like making beats for the show or just for ourselves and just enjoying making music with somebody, I'll pop open a voice memo or a notepad that hasn't been used for something. And I'm like, I don't know what this is. I know it's a line that I wrote down that I thought could be cool. And I don't even remember what the melody was supposed to be at this point because I didn't voice memo it.
Yeah.
Then we'll roll with that. So it's like kind of nice to have these like, it's like you're panning for gold, like in all these random ideas. So yeah, that's cool. I really appreciate you sharing that. I think my favorite thing to do after the fact is like to be surprised with your idea. Like you kind of forgot about it. And that stuff can just kind of pile up in your phone or your device or whatever on your computer. Demos. And then you're just like kind of bored one day and you're like, I wonder what's in here.
Yes.
You like totally forgot about this one idea and you're like re-inspired again.
Yeah, agreed. And it depends too. I feel like, I don't know if it's like this for you or for anyone else, but like, how your mood is for the day. And if you have the time too, because sometimes like I'll set time to work on music for an hour and I'm like, okay, but like if you're working on a song that you've been wanting to work on, you're kind of just like not in the mood. This isn't it. I'm not gonna, this isn't gonna continue to grow. It's just gonna be stale, because I'm just not in the groove for it right now. Then I'll smoke weed, for whoever smokes weed. See if that helps. And then if not, then I'm like, you know what? It's just not the time right now. And I think that, that's okay sometimes to just kind of come back to a song, and let it sit, let it kind of stew. And then, in a couple months, a couple years, maybe, I mean, that's just me personally. You have to treat that idea, that, respect to that particular creation. I don't know. That's just.
No, I feel that. Yeah, like you put some space between you and it. It kind of becomes new again, or can like kind of reinvigorate you when you hear it again, like a week later or a year later. Yeah, I hate it when I've set aside time and like I'm like real pumped to do this one thing, because I have sometimes I have an issue with like being overly rigid with that, and then like trying to force something, and then like I'll get baked and I'll kind of forget that like I was being so like regimented, and kind of just then like try and find that flow for that day, which might not be that song, like you said. Like let me just check this backlog. Let me see if there's something in there that like I've forgotten about and is like really hitting me now, and I can hop back on and kind of pick up where I left off with that, with like a new outlook or whatever. But I loved what you said about when the song's already kind of in your head, like already fleshed out. And those are the best times when you get like a relaxed enough flow state where it just kind of dumps out of you, and you're like, whoa, that's like, it's all kind of ready to go. I got my verse, I got my hook, I got, like, that stuff's always wild. It's like so eerie. Like, it's like, where did this come from? It's like, as far as like the layers of a song that like I've had some sophisticated progressions and like changes in my songs, like just kind of totally just, it's like I kind of just, it's just like fucking popped out without like having to force it, without having to think too hard on it. Lyrics, melody, chord changes, everything. It's all there. Those are those moments where it just feels so good to be like writing music, for sure. You're just like, just tickled with yourself. You're like, I don't know where the hell that came from, but
you just think to yourself, I'm a badass bitch, right?
I'm so pleased with myself right now. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I think it's hard though when you're like, for any kind of creator, I think like when you are hoping for that, or you're like waiting for it and it's not coming, and you're like struggling with yourself, and you do have to just kind of be like, well, that's okay that it's not happening today. Like,
yeah, I'm gonna go take a walk instead.
Yeah.
For sure. A couple things I want to make sure I ask you about before we're done, before we're out of time. First of all, you're a vocal coach. What's that like? Is it really gratifying for you to like help people learn to use their instrument?
Yes, absolutely. So I have been a vocal coach for various ranges of age. So from like 3rd grade choir to I have a 65-year-old jazz student. So it's amazing. I'm very, very grateful to have the ability to have that as my gig, as my day gig. It's just like any other instrument, and I try to tell my students that you have to practice for it to be perfected to whatever it is that goal is for you. So it's awesome. I taught in Chinatown for a while, and currently I'm teaching private lessons, so just from my own studio. Well, everything that's happening, but yeah, it's amazing, and I'm grateful to just do that as my job. It's so, I don't know. I get speechless talking about it because it's just so like the spectrum of what I can help people with um, through my job is it's just endless. Like, and I'm so grateful for that. And I try to incorporate not only music theory and you know vocal performance, but I also like try to incorporate meditation and just overall just good vibes with my lessons because breathing is definitely the root for singing. So
Yeah.
it's
Breath
definitely
control and everything.
yeah.
Oh man, that's so cool. I gotta sign up for a vocal lesson with Miss
Yeah.
Joslyn. Get some guided meditation in there, some breathing. Get my thing tuned up just right because I don't think I've ever had a formal. That's debatable. I've learned some things from people that are vocal coaches, and I've learned a lot from other singers and stuff like that. But I would say I probably could benefit from some professional coaching, and I think that's so nice. You probably also watch people's confidence bloom and stuff too, and like get to reinforce self-expression as like this really important thing for your mental health, like with each person you interact with. So I think that's pretty powerful.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of factors with that, like you kind of learn confidence from perfecting a song. If a student has it for like a school recital or some of my students just want it for like a personal accomplishment for a holiday or just whatever, just to perfect a song. It's a beautiful journey that I get to have one-on-one with my students. So again, it's kind of like a motherly thing where I'm kind of just like, yes, like I'm rooting for you, here's your homework, but let's do this, I'm on the sideline cheering them on, and don't forget to drink your water and avoid dairy all day, it's kind of in me, I guess I've just had that motherly instinct before I even became a mom, and I love motherhood, but being a vocal coach is definitely kind of that similarity of just rooting and just hoping for the best for your students. So yeah,
that's awesome.
Definitely a nurturer. I always am like real keen on people I meet that are like just super warm from the jump. Like, so yeah, I bet you're an awesome vocal coach, and I bet you're an awesome mom. I know you're probably an awesome bandmate to create music with. So maybe we'll get to duet someday, or we'll get you on a track with AC and myself, because AC can spit some bars and really lay down some really neat beats when we get together. It would really be rad to do. AC, you want that? Yeah.
I'll just send you a bunch of songs that I already made, and you can just pick whatever track you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
You want horns added? Sure, I'll add some horns for you. My question was, you said that one of your students was like a jazz student or something to that effect, which kind of had me wanting to ask you the question anyways. Just like when I hear your voice, it sounds like you have a strong influence of jazz, like a strong background. Maybe that's just like what I hear in your voice. It sounds like you remind me of a lot of like Dina Washington. And I just wanted to know like how much, if jazz is huge into your, if you are a huge fan of jazz, how much that plays into your songwriting and your delivery of your singing, because it seems like right there in the pocket of that, it really reminds me of her.
Thanks. Yeah. It plays a big part. But in all honesty, I kind of grew up in different neighborhoods throughout different cities. So I really had an influence of all genres as a vocalist. I used to be in a grunge rock metal band in high school.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
And I did screamo. Like we covered System of a Down and like
That's so
mean,
wicked. I had no idea that side of you.
So yeah. So I have that part of me as well. But yes, definitely jazz is the root of my voice and performing, especially live performances. Like I'm so accustomed to not always having a microphone or a PA system. So that's kind of been a part of my performing without even realizing it, that when I do have a microphone, I don't even use it. Like I'll just sing, and then like if I'm really gonna crescendo for a particular song, I'm like, woo, and I go away from it, and I fill the room from, front to back with my voice, just projecting, because, I'm grateful that I'm capable of doing that. And yeah, it has to do with a lot of jazz standards and just like learning that from other vocalists that are mostly jazz singers,
Yeah. No, you're a soul singer with the best of them. You have pipes and you project and fill a room. That's for damn sure. So, yeah, when you said that, AC, I was like, oh, most definitely. But so cool to hear about this other side of you too. Like, I knew you ripped. Just like System of a Down, some Serge Tankin, just like, just belting it, right?
Right. Oh yeah.
That would be so cool. Do you have a karaoke go-to, or do you not like karaoke?
I try not to do karaoke because it's like, who wants to go to a karaoke bar and be like, like, I don't know. I don't want to be that friend where it's like,
you want to be making people feel bad. Like, oh, we got professionals up in here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think more karaoke needs that, but that's just
really. Oh, I don't know. I always feel like kind of self-conscious where I'm just kind of like, I'm not gonna like give it my all because I don't want people to be like, okay, wow, clearly you can sing. Get the hell off the stage.
I bet though, if you got up at karaoke and busted out System of a Down, people would be like, slow clap at the end. They'd be like, what the fuck just happened? Oh my God.
So that's kind of funny because at my last Sofar sound show, I wasn't able to get any of my band members to join me. So I was like, okay, I'll just perform with tracks and a few songs with my ukulele.
Right.
I found a piano arrangement of Chop Suey. And
oh, no way. That's amazing.
I performed Chop Suey with that arrangement at the show, and everyone freaked out. And
it was gorgeous. I mean, that's by far one of the prettier System of a Down songs too. So
yeah, it's a good song. Yeah, it's definitely.
I was a freshman in college when that music video and that song dropped, and I remember it being fucking everywhere. Just like you could not escape it. It was like at the grocery store, you'd be waiting in line. You're like, System of a Down, what the hell,
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, that was a huge tune. I look forward to potentially digging up a version of you playing that piano track. That's great.
Oh, I'll send it to you guys.
That would be great. I would appreciate that. I would really like to see that. And that got me to thinking, like karaoke, there's like this whole other planet that is TikTok, right? We're here on Twitch, but it seems like you're pretty active on TikTok now. Has that been enjoyable for you? Like, do you like to do you like that format of being able to like just put some songs out there and like have people duet you or like things like that? Have you been having fun with that?
Yeah, I mean, it's a thing, and
right.
I'm not gonna say, oh fuck it, I'm gonna say how old I am. I'm 34 years old, so it's like I've already gone through Facebook, Twitter first, and then it's like how many more platforms are even gonna come into existence? Whatever,
right.
but singing's my thing. And again, I get to do that as my day job, and I'm a mom, and it's fun. And I'm like, why not? You know, it's bringing joy to whoever comes across those videos. So yeah, I mean, it's fun. I don't necessarily know the correct way to caption or hashtag. I'm learning.
You're doing pretty good, I'd say.
And my nephews are younger, and they're like totally into it, and they're like, they call me Tia. That's aunt in Spanish. And they're like, yeah, don't worry. You're going to hashtag. And they're like, always hashtag FYP.
Yeah. I learned that like a month ago about the FYP thing. And I was like, oh, all right. Okay.
I was like, what the hell is FYP? It better not be some like bad shit. And they're like, no. And they're like, it's good. It's for your page. I'm like, okay, carry on. What else do I put?
That's great.
So yeah, it's cool. It's fun, you know?
Yeah, those youngsters, they got TikTok figured out for sure. Like some of the stuff I've seen, because I am very old. I just turned 40, and we're all like getting up there in this crew. I feel like it's not very old, but I'm young at heart. Yeah. But you know, like as a 40-year-old trying to navigate a new platform and like be like, should I be using this to share my music and stuff like that? Like it's funny because like you got all these young kids like that are like editing together like full on like cinematic TikToks, and they're like just doing it all in the app and like throwing these like little things. Like our dude Scott that's running the show right now, he's been doing wild TikTok stuff for the network where he'll like, you know, there'll be like a picture of Michael Rappaport that like flows through like AC talking about Michael Rappaport with like a little sound effect. And I'm like, word, like how'd you do that, man? That's incredible. And all the captioning's cool too. Just being a former special ed teacher, anything that's like addressing accessibility in like a newer way. Maybe it's not newer. Closed captioning's been around for a long time, but doing it in a way that's like, I don't know, maybe just a little more modern. It's just been really cool to watch. And I also like all those youngsters being like, you know, society's pretty fucked up. Here's why, you know, like in learning from each other and keeping that conversation going about mental health, about racism, about so many things. So, you know, I've come around on TikTok. I'm not like, you know, I'm not a pro or anything like that, but it's cool to see your videos whenever they come across my feed, just to hear your voice. And sometimes you're singing to your son, which is really cute. And I mean, everybody could use a little dump of serotonin from watching the cute video like that. So, so lots of ways to get, you know, involved in the stuff that Joslyn's making. So anybody out there, follow her link tree so that you can click on all the buttons and engage with YouTube and TikTok and Instagram, and make sure that you can catch one of the Sofar Sounds shows before they're sold out, and you know, in a really cool random setting across our great city. So I just want to thank you for your time today. It's been really fun talking to you and catching up. Hope to get to see you soon in person.
Yeah.
You guys, anything else you want to drop on, Joslyn?
I'll ask one more question for the kind of in the network vein. Do you have any tips for times when you're struggling with your mental health, or things that you do for your mental health that you want to share?
Yeah, definitely. Well, like I had mentioned before, meditation, even if it's just 5 minutes a day, I try my best to just take a moment to deep breath and ground myself. And then secondly, I'm a huge advocate for therapy, even though it's not necessarily accessible for everyone. There's books that you could read possibly. I share a lot of like ways on my social media of, you know, quotes or books that I find helpful for me personally. So yeah, it's just, for me, it's meditation, sunlight, and reading.
I love that. Love keeping it simple and like just putting it out there for people to pick up and try out in their own personal way. So thanks for sharing those.
Yeah.
AC, anything from you, bud?
No, I just got a lot of music to listen to. A lot of
Yeah,
you're gonna dig into the catalog after this, aren't you?
because that's probably what I'll do for my afternoon.
Yeah. I'm so excited that you're gonna send Joslyn some tracks. That's cool.
Let's do it. I can't wait to see what is created.
Hell yeah.
That'd be awesome.
You're welcome on the Tomorrow Show anytime on the Hope for Us Network's Twitch channel. For everybody watching at home, the Hope for Us Network, we are just all about reframing how we talk about mental health. Self-expression is one of the biggest tools we all have. When it comes to accessibility of therapy and stuff like that, self-expression is something that doesn't cost anything and no one can take away from you. So never undervalue it. Make sure that you utilize some form of it, whether you're writing, painting, drawing, singing, dancing, or just going for a walk or talking to your friends. Express yourself. Don't keep it all in. Because
send them some bad bitch merch.
Yeah, send them some bad bitch merch because we want to see you tomorrow. We need you tomorrow. Tomorrow needs you for sure. And this is the Tomorrow Show every other Sunday from 1 to 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're going to let Joslyn get out of here real quick. But thank you again for
being
here with us. And, go check out Joslyn's music. And we're going to take you out today with a little recap of Snooze Fest. Our friends put on a big show benefiting the Hope for Us Network, a punk rock pajama party at Beat Kitchen. And Scott, would you mind queuing up the Hope for Us Network's Instagram stories so we can kind of just enjoy a couple yes.
Thanks for joining us, y'all.
Yeah, let's take it out. Should we take it out with yeah. Oh yeah. Ooh. There's a Keep Flying clip on here, dude.
That's a party right there.
That's a party.
Yeah, man. It looks like it was packed and people were just having the best time. AC, did you see this clip of Keep Flying with their horn section coming up?
I did not. I missed that one. I did see. I saw a couple of the guardrail clips, but I did not see the other one.
Yeah, leisure hour. Oh yeah, man.
They're really good.
So proud of Guardrail for putting on another successful Snooze Fest. Beat Kitchen's a fun venue, for sure.
Very fun venue.
It's like a really good sized stage, but like the room's not overly big where like it feels like cavernous. It's like still intimate.
So good.
non-stop punk rock DJs party. I bet you there were so many Bloody Marys drinking that night. I bet you they ran out. I bet you ran out of the Bloody Mary mix.
Maybe.
Probably. Or maybe they ran out of orange juice first. I don't know. Mimosas were probably very popular as well.
Oh, man.
Yeah, man. Did you see Allison? You said in one of those clips?
Yeah.
Yeah, Erin's old friend Allison ended up going to Snooze Fest as well. You didn't know though that they knew.
I didn't.
Keep Flying? Yeah, I think the Keep Flying clip is next.
Damn.
Yeah, that's a good scream. That's awesome. That's a nice thing of someone to say. Couldn't think of a better nonprofit. Hell yeah. Yeah, Garbell. Yeah, look at that
pillow
pit.
fight.
It's a pillow pit right there. That's so awesome. Man, they must have been on cloud 9 watching the pillow fight.
Pretty awesome.
News Fest, you rule. Thank you for the support. Thanks for supporting the Hope for Us Network, spreading the word, making people feel like you're not alone. It matters. And I think the Keep Flying clip is bad. Yeah, there it is. Look at how high energy those motherfuckers are. So fun. That's awesome. Well, check out all those bands. That's going to do it for us this week. We'll see you in a couple weeks. The Tomorrow Show on the Hope for Us Network. Erin D.
Thanks, guys.
Happy Sunday. Have an amazing week, AC. I can't wait to work on some more music together. And we'll see you all soon, okay? Next week we got some cool guests too, but we'll tell you about them later. Bye.
Bye.
Tomorrow show. 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 Tomorrow show.